What's up, everyone? This is Briggs for you, and today I have the set I most wanted to take a look at, and this is the TIE Bomber. Celebrating 40 years of Return of the Jedi, it really should have been an Empire Strikes Back anniversary set. Will not fault them on that because I'm just so happy we have one. First time since like 2002. That's it on the back. There's some simple play features, really cool figures. Let's get right into it. So you can see the TIE Bomber out of the box is of the chibier scale that they've been doing recently. To the left is the, I believe, 2020 TIE Fighter, which I believe scales pretty well with this. Because they're, of course, the same scale. You then have on the right is the Solo, A Star Wars Story, massive TIE Fighter. So kind of looking through, the TIE Fighter on the left retailed for $40, then got price bumped up to $45. TIE Bomber $65. I think Solo was like 70 or 80. I don't remember exactly, but it was somewhere around there. And I think to do a TIE Bomber in that scale would have to just be so expensive. I can understand why LEGO never did it in that scale. But I think definitely the one thing that kind of throws me off is that I believe, and this is just what I believe, I'm not sure if this is true, but the Solo one is better scaled to the movies, like overall, like in size, while the smaller one is much more accurate to animation. And of course, on the smaller one, the cockpit is too large because the cockpits are about the same size, but the wings are, of course, much smaller. So that's my understanding. It could be that the chibi one is actually closer to correct scale. With minifigures and human scale, it's kind of always really hard to exactly figure out. I mean, you can, of course, do like 1 foot to 1 inch kind of thing, but all those kinds of things. Ultimately, actually, probably in this case, you want to do like 1 meter to, whatever, exact measurement you're using. So that was just my understanding of the overall scale that they should be at. And, again, definitely this newer one is definitely scaled to the chibi scale. It is nowhere near what the Solo TIE Fighter would have had to be paired with. I think, frankly, for good reason, that TIE Bomber would have been very expensive, and I'm not exactly sure it would have been realistic to make. So this is the set itself. It's rather repetitive. I mean, if you've built a TIE Fighter, you've pretty much built this. It's nice, curved around, definitely swooshable. The wings, again, you pretty much have to do the same thing 4 times. There's a bomb drop feature that just uses the regular flick fire missiles, not the new spring-loaded shooters. You just get all 4 right there. You have 2 more in the little cart. On the back here, you have these amazing engines which use this piece that I've never seen before. And it's this... Okay, I'm just going to have to pull the entire engine off. It's this double cheese slope jumper. Sorry, not double cheese slope. Double, wedge. Little pizza piece. No, that's falling apart. That's, of course, only the one problem about TIE Fighters. They are somewhat fragile. And definitely, coming around, you cannot see your pilot in the set. That's one problem. But, it's size. It's okay in there. Everything's printed. Everything you see that has detailing is printed. And I really like that. There's the newer stud shooters, which I think in this case more. They just, they shoot out. I'm not going to shoot them because I will never find those parts again. So if you turn to the underside, there's this. I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe that's like a sighting thing. It's supposed to be landing gear or something. I don't really know. This is just simply just putting the bombs back in. It's very simple, as you can see, just pushing one in after the other. It's not really that hard. And it's a rather... It's one of these cases where I think this is a rather simple ship. It's a rather simple set. But I think it's really well done. There's this little cart, includes 2 missiles. You can have Rey Sloane drive it around. You then have your Gonk droid, which just uses one of the Imperial crates from Mos Eisley Cantina. You then have Rey Sloane, who has a new torso. Really cool figure to get. I believe she's from the Aftermath books. Was also in Squadrons. No backface printing, sadly. New and exclusive TIE Bomber pilot. Now, if you asked me at first glance what was unique about this compared to a normal TIE pilot, I could not tell you, but I believe it's down to the legs and some slight detailing. Vader, I believe this is actually a new Vader. Just the same as arm printing that I believe we actually saw in the Kenobi dual set and meditation chamber. But I think what's exclusive about this is the head. I believe that's a new and exclusive head. This is really cool, and again, this was actually seen in Return of the Jedi in the hangar scene. So, should you buy this set? I think it's a double-edged sword. I think if you're invested in the new chibi scale, yes. If you have more than one of those, probably. Hell, if you actually have one, buy it. If you liked the Solo TIE Fighter scale, I think a mock is honestly the better way to go. This is, I mean, it's not a cheap set. I think, eventually when it's on sale, you might be able to pick it up for like 47, 46 kind of thing. It's not going to be full price forever kind of thing. But I think this is definitely a good example of what this smaller scale can do, because I'd never think they would have done this with the TIE from the Solo film. Did that just scale? Also used in the sequel trilogy with the Dorito TIE Fighter Special Forces TIE, Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer. I think TIE Fighter just became a little too expensive. And yeah, I definitely like that they're becoming cheaper, even if they, in some cases, look a little too small for my liking. I actually think this one was done really well, and this is actually a contender for one of my favorite sets of the year. Thank you all for watching. What are your thoughts on this set? Tell me them down below, and goodbye.